But actually looks like we may be going live here, so let's go ahead and jump into game, and let's start taking a look at what's happening in here. And I'll mention it one more time if you're just now joining us. This is Team MouseSpaz versus Team SK, as in Sapphire, not SK Gaming.
Yeah.
See how many more times we can throw that in there without being too awkward. But it looks like the teams have been selected here, so MouseSpaz will be CT side first, which, as I mentioned, I am very excited to see how they're going to play it out. You have any particular insight on what to expect maybe from SK coming into this pistol round?
It's difficult. I mean, if it wasn't on Forge, I feel like I would have had a little bit of a better idea, but either team can really come out with some weird strategy here. Reason being is, like we said, Forge is not scrimmed too much online, but the team's trying to scrim it a little bit more against each other before coming to the LAN.
Oh, and the double stack here from MouseSpaz in lower tunnels. They're going to run into a lot of trouble here. However, SK does still have the option to back away from this. I'm not sure if they've actually spotted this double stack as of yet.
No, I don't think they have, and Bog is doing a great job fending off this first T from coming in. It's a really, really risky stack to do as CTs because the Glocks can come up around that angle so quickly. Already the exchange off of Bog.
Yeah, and here we are. They're actually going to be able to come into the site, and Bomb is currently down. Ocean able to take down FNS there. It's now down to a 2v2. Make that a 1v2. Arya able to take down Ocean. Last man standing will be Seb here for SK, and not to be underestimated, Seb has been around for quite a while and an impressive pistol player, but he will be taken down by Arya, and the score will now be 1-0 in favor of Team MouseSpaz.
That was really interesting to see that stack coming in from MouseSpaz at the lower tunnels because, like I said, the Glocks can just rush up and come around that corner so quickly if need be. And SK even had a couple of flashes. I believe I saw Ocean with a couple of flashes in the site ready to go out, but it can be hard to flash the players from MouseSpaz that are a little bit higher elevated towards the back there.
Yeah, and of course, we will be seeing a mostly save round here. They do have deagles and flashes. So they're actually going to try to take into the site, and it's such a hard choke point to take against rifles. Lawson already able to take down KNC, Arya onto ELS, and Seb popping away. He has not yet been able, there we go, able to take down Arya. I think he went through 2 magazines before he was able to connect there, but that's always a hard shot with a deagle at that range.
There were a couple of shots there. Arya going to be the only one to lose the gun there. The MouseSpaz set up 4 people in the bomb site there to defend SK's deagle eco. All members of SK had deagles. I'm not sure if MouseSpaz is going to be playing 4 people towards that site constantly, or if they did have a floater.
We'll take a look here, and we'll jump right back to the action here. We're going to see if we can get issue fixed real quick. But anyway, so basically we're 2-0 right now. MouseSpaz is obviously on a roll. They still have their weapons, and it looks like already MouseSpaz able to pick up this round. Thankfully not missing too much because of the fact we are still on a save. That was a really risky call buying deagles on the second round T side and then just rushing that site like that.
It was tough, especially because they didn't plant the bomb for the first round.
I'm sorry, we're checking into a couple issues here real quick. Sorry, as we're making sure the audio is working.
Trying to get the sound good for everybody here.
And let's actually, if we can, jump into game. We're right into the gun round here.
Yeah, full guns for both teams here. Blade Q going to be working through the hallway there. And SK is going to be going really slowly. Seb's able to get the opening pick onto Arya.
And Blade had a great opportunity there to be able to swing the tide of that round, but he actually sprayed way too much there and was taken down. It's already down to a 3 versus 5, and they are isolated outside of the bomb site right now. Lawson's coming around from behind. L's going to be hanging out down below. Seb already on FNS, and Ocean and Scorpion able to take down Lawson. So it's now down to Bog to make anything of this round. Just get some guns down at this point. Try to do some damage to the economy of the opposing team. Bog hanging out over here by connector box.
Yeah, something to note about the B bomb site when you're spectating matches. He's actually hidden behind a box here, and Scorpion will eventually find him. And that goes the same for the bomb boxes themselves in B. They are invisible for us as spectators, but nonetheless, you know, we could see SK running around and not being able to see Bog there, but Bog was clearly behind a box.
Yes, he was clearly behind a box. Scorpion is, in fact, not completely blind.
It gets really confusing when you're not used to Forge and you're not used to spectating that. It gets confusing.
Yep, SK now has a round on the board. 3-1 is the current score. And if you're not familiar, just now joining us for the ESEA LAN, let's actually not miss any action here. It's a little bit quicker than expected. L's already able to take down Lawson coming into lower part of the bomb site. And L's popping away. He has spotted him up top, so there's a lot of pressure being put on. But Bog able to come up big, taking down 2. And Arya still defending from up top with 74 HP, is not taking a lot of damage yet. and he will be able to finish off the round. That was a great job by Ari. He did not overextend.
Yeah, that was a great setup. Arya kind of played pretty passive up top there, hiding from the lower B hallways and kind of letting Bog do some of the work, at least for the initial picks off of the main part of B where SK had initially come out, getting the first two. And then Arya was letting the bomb and a couple of other people coming out of the lower B hallways before sneaking up and shooting them in the back. So real patient play. That was excellent.
Yep, and it looks like we still do see AK-47s from Sapphire. KNC going to be spotting there for that mid push and actually forcing MouseSpaz into a bit of a rotate here. Now, this might have been the plan all along. It looks like Ocean will now be picking into the B-bomb site. Not able to spot anything as of yet. Blade still spotting middle. Scorpion right behind him. And Els is coming in through lower, so this definitely was an attempt at a fake. Seb is now going to be rejoining his team to try to take the B-bomb site. However, MouseSpaz has set up in some very interesting positions here for the defense. You have one playing over here at this ledge and one directly in front of the doorway. If they choose to go heavy at that doorway, there will be trouble.
That's going to be tough.
It's going to be really tough.
It's interesting to see Blade, the main opera for this round, at such low health, because now there's so much more pressure for a rotation from MouseSpaz to try to pick up where Blade's going to, eventually go down.
And a very patient play here from Sapphire. Els actually opening up the round onto Arya. And that was here at lower. Bog returning fire. Ocean able to take him down. Now we still do have one close player here from MouseSpaz. FNS coming up by connector box. Completely blind. KNC able to take him down. And having trouble keeping up with the action here. Lawson onto KNC. And it's now down to a 1v2. It's all on to Seb with 53 HP remaining and an AK-47. Not able to finish the round off there. Score now 5-1 in favor of Team MouseSpaz.
That was really unfortunate for Seb. If he had maybe hid for a little bit longer in the lower B halls, Lawson might not have seen him. Seb was in position with the bomb, and the two members from MouseSpaz didn't know where he was. I did see the Opera Blade Q turn back around in the connector to look towards A. So if maybe he played it a little bit more patiently, that's Seb, maybe he could have delayed and at worst case scenario had gotten a bomb plant for a little bit extra cash.
Yeah, and I think Arya is about to rack himself up some kills unless SK can do something great coming into this. And here comes the flash and the push to check it. He was able to spot a leg there, but he's running into a lot of Glock fire, able to pick up two. Now coming into the bomb site, Bog is in perfect position to help clean this up. Lawson, oh, nice shot by Bog.
That was ridiculous. Unfortunately for them, unfortunately for SK, that Colt was kind of no use because it was completely out of ammo, and no one wants to pick up a Colt and then run away and bait their teammates and then reload it and then go and lose 1v5 with a gun.
Nobody wants to be that guy unless you're Corey Dunn.
Nobody wants to do that unless you're Corey Dunn. Yeah, Corey does that quite often.
All right, score now 6-1. If you're just now joining us, this is the first map between these two teams, MouseSpaz and Team Sapphire. And we have seen a couple interesting rounds here from SK. Their choice on ecos, not so hot, but I mean, you've got to take those risks. You really, really do, especially with the Deagles at B. I know what they were thinking, but it's hard to come up against rifles in that situation. And nice shot by Blade, taking down KNC. And that's that op we were talking about a little bit ago. FNS still spotting middle. And that was actually a great call. They actually traded places there, pushing, and another one from Arya onto Els, and Lawson onto Scorpion, Ocean with the trade, and we're already down to a 1v4 here. Ocean, 100 HP remaining, and a minute left. Trying to think of what all you can really pull off in this situation. You've got the bomb in hand. You may be able to get the bomb down here.
Yeah, but it's really tough. There's not much you can do.
Yeah, they're closing in from all directions here. He is inside. Oh, there we go. Able to take down FNS, but long road ahead of him. Blade able to flank him and take him down. But no, what I was going to say there is that was a great play there by MouseSpaz. Switching it up just a little bit, pushing Blade aggressive through the halls, and he does have that very effective close-range op.
Sure, yeah. I mean, we saw that with the opening pick there after pushing out of the A hallways. Blade is actually being really aggressive with that op. Nice to see him not scared at all about playing on land. He pushed all the way through, getting Ocean basically in his spawn, and I agree with that trade-up. I think Blade Q being able to op aggressively out of the A hallways can really clear out the middle area. We've got Arya with such a high amount of damage.
180 ADR here coming into the 9th round between these two teams. Quite the impressive number. Arya already able to take down Els, showing us why his ADR is so freaking high right now. And Blade going to be watching inside of halls over by connector. He's able to hit that first shot. Now, I don't believe he's going to run into much more pressure, so let's see what Ocean's going to be doing here. I mean, it's just a hard situation. I think Seb was way ahead of his team there. Ooh, Scorpion did take down FNS and Blade onto Ocean. Scorpion going to be coming up mid as last man standing with 13 HP remaining, bomb in hand. 55 seconds left. This is not the situation you want to be in. He may be able to take down Blade. There it is. Able to spot 2 more in connector, but Lawson is able to spray him down. With a little more HP, he may have been able to pick up that frag, but in that situation, he didn't have much of a choice.
Yeah, and especially when you're coming up a middle like that as a T, you need to smoke off the connector. It's just, even though like there can be 3, 4, 5 CTs in the connector, like if need be, but just like 1 or 2 smokes can just cut them off, and then you can just dish some flashes in there.
Yeah, let's take a look at the money system real quick. Obviously, there's a large spread here, 8-1 currently in favor of Team MouseSpaz. Half the money here, literally, and this is after the buy, what you're seeing right now. Blade sitting on $10,000, and SK sitting all right around $2,000 to $3,000. And looks like they are going for another Deagle Rush, really wanting to make it happen here coming up middle.
Right up middle, too. Yeah, I don't think they want to waste any more time.
Yeah, they really can't afford to wait for FNS to get in a great position, and Blade's already in sight. He will be taken down, and FNS is actually in kind of a bad spot to get down this bomber right now. He's stuck in a chasing position. The last thing you want to do is chase a Glock outside of that doorway. Bomb has been planted, and once again, ladies and gentlemen, there is a box there, so keep that in mind. Lawson going to be coming up upstairs here into the bomb site, and that will be 9-1. So far, very impressive CT sign here from Team MouseSpaz.
Very nice from SK to at least to be able to get the bomb down, and they did have it into a 4 versus 2, which is cool. I think SK really just can't figure out MouseSpaz. As we were saying earlier, Forge is a really difficult map, especially for the top teams, to really try to figure out what they want to do, what their opponents are going to do. And I think that, especially with Blade Q's op, moving all over the place, being in middle, being aggro out A hall, and then being back passively in the bomb site has just been proving SK to not know like what's going on and what they should do to counter and what they should do to attack.
Boom, and there it is. KNC able to take down Bog there. He did have the aggressive spawn, so he would be the obviously the optimal choice for the op there.
Optimal.
And he was able to optimal. You're so funny, Connor. And SK now going to be coming in through lower. A little bit at a time here. They did get the pick, and I like what they did there. And there's the trade. Ocean able to take down Lawson. And Arya's still going to be hanging out towards this kind of strange setup. They have a pretty good idea what's happening. KNC's right on top of him.
With the quick flank around. Arya was doing great doing his typical passive hide in the bomb site kind of thing, but he did push out eventually. I think that he knew that the jig was up, and now he's going to be eating a couple of nades.
Yeah, and Blade still here in connector trying to make something happen, but KNC able to take him down. FNS last man standing, and at this point, why not go for the round? You're up 8-1. You have the money. You have an M4 and 100 HP, but not a lot of time left on that bomb. We'll see what he's able to pick up here. He's able to take down Ocean coming into the bomb site. See what else he can find here.
Got some flashes.
And KNC is in position, able to take him down from in connector.
Not a problem to try to go for that round at all. They just have so much money. SK going to be able to pick up their second round for the first half here.
Yep. And that will update here in a moment. That's okay there.
I was just trying to think about if I was wrong or not. No, but they did actually. They won their first round in the fourth round.
All right, and it looks like SK is going to change it up just a little bit. They're going to switch more into a kind of what I call a default. It might not be their default, but it's more of a slower idea behind the strat. They're going to set up in a couple positions, try to find those picks, as MouseSpaz has tried to get fairly aggressive in a couple different spots, so they've got to be careful of that.
Yeah, they've had a couple of positions that they've been consistently playing over and over, but the roles are kind of changing up. Like we were saying earlier, making Blade Q go out of the A-halls a little bit more aggressively, and now we see Arya up on that box in the B site. So they have a couple of strict ideas that they want to be employing, but they're letting different players try out each position respectively.
And, you know, Sapphire's still playing really passive, and this is the right move at this point. You have 55 seconds remaining. You are up by a member here, and you want to be in the situation, but the problem is this is a fairly heavy CT-sided map against an aggressive team. So we'll see if they decide to be more and more passive as they take into this bomb site. They've got a pretty good idea of how MouseSpaz has been playing over here at B, but Bog is actually in the best spot in this bomb site, in my opinion. It can't be used more than once, maybe twice at a random time, but I absolutely love it. So easy to dodge flashes and see everything coming in, but he is very blind right now. He's not able to see it there on HLTV. He is able to take down Ocean, but it's already down to a 2v2. KNC hanging out up top, and Arya going to be coming in from behind.
Arya needs to be patient.
Oh, there is a box right there. He's able to spot the shoulder. He's going to play it patient. He's able to get away with the bomb. Arya onto Scorpion. It's now down to a 1v1 and also able to take down KNC. What a great clutch there. He's played it just patient enough. He didn't get scared and try to back away, allow them to get position. He just went for it, and that was absolutely great.
Yeah, that was huge. I mean, he tried to get that spam initially when the bomb was going down. He was a little bit off, as we could see clear as day, because there's no box when you're speccing, unfortunately. But that would be 2 of 3 frags for him that round. Arya, I mean, can we check his ADR really quickly?
Yeah.
Because he had such high ADR early on, and he's still holding 150 ADR still as we head into the 10th round.
Yep, coming to the 10th round here. And keep in mind the scoreboard and the audio thing. We're going to take a quick break at half to make sure we get all that stuff fixed.
Absolutely. KNC is going to be trying to get some initial picks here with his AWP. But a little bit of smoke. Going to be moving up through it. They know to check that tower box so specifically now because the MouseSpaz has been, again, employing kind of a more defined setup. And we've seen Arya up there a couple of times, so smart. They should maybe pre-nade it, too.
Yeah, but right back into the action, we are down to a 4v3 right now, and Ocean will be taken down, evening out the numbers here between these two teams. Bog playing very aggressive, and he loves to do that. That was a great shot onto Scorpion. Lawson coming around to help support. Not able to do much damage there. It looks like there may be a smoke and play we just cannot see, but we are down to a 1v2. 13 HP remaining. Bomb is down, and he's got about 40 seconds left. Let's see what he can make of this. It's actually coming back with the op right now, which is a little surprising being down. And there's the nade. Blade able to take him down. Not a problem at all.
And so there was some extra stress from KNC, if in case you missed it. Blade Q did push through out of the A hallway again and get a good flank on, and I believe he flanked ELS in middle, so it's really tough in the 1v2. You don't know if Blade Q is going to be continuing through with that push or then wrapping back around to double up with his teammate.
Yep, and right now, score 11-2 if you're just now joining us. This is the first map of a best-of-3 between these two teams. Possibly 3 maps. We'll see what happens here, but next map up will be Train, and FNS already able to take down Else here early on in the round. Bog onto KNC1, and just looks easy right now. Scorpion will be able to kill Bog here inside of Connector. It's already down to a 2v4. However, Bomb has been planted. That will be a huge help. Scorpion's in great position, but I believe he was flanked there and taken down.
It was nice to have a FAMAS and Connector for a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. He enjoyed it while it lasted.
Yeah, you know. It's fun to be the 3rd or 4th player, too, in your team's rush with Glocks to come in when most damage has been done, and then you get that kill, and then you get the gun. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to pick up anything with that FAMAS.
And this will be the final round here of the first half. 12-3, hopefully, is what we'll see, because I want to see a great second half here.
Yeah, we're going to need that comeback here if SK wants to make any chance. Maybe they just feel really confident in their CT side.
And they're just goofing off right now. It's like, guys, miss a few shots.
Yeah, just, we want to really show MouseSpaz that the first match of upper bracket round 1.
This is such an important match. This really dictates how the rest of the tournament's going to go in a lot of players' minds. I mean, this is what carries you on or makes you, brings you down. Blade taking down KNC inside of Halls, and Lawson will be pushed way up. It's already a 4-on-5. Blade is fairly low, however. It looks like Seb wants to come in for the trade, but FNS is going to be hanging out in a really annoying spot.
That's so annoying. That really sucks.
And it's a 3v4. Bomb will be planted here without too much of an issue. Oh, I take that back. FNS just charges out like a maniac, taking down Scorpion and pushing Ocean into a really awkward spot. L's going to be last man standing, able to take down Arya. It's now down to a 1v3. He can pull this off. There's 16 HP left for Lawson, 44 for FNS, but FNS says not today. And that will be it. Ladies and gentlemen, 13-2 in favor of Team MouseSpaz.
Great round from FNS after hiding behind that box to be able to know that your opponent knows exactly where you are and to just try to push out and capitalize on your opponent not being able to figure out how to react to your position too quickly. That's really a smart thing to do. Right after you've got your sneaky kill, he definitely got that behind the box. I approve of that. To then move forth and then to really
you have to at that point. I mean, keep that in mind. I mean, not that all you guys out there are complete noobs to Counter-Strike, but anytime you do get a frag, don't just sit there. Rush out and do something crazy. Most people expect you to do the dumb thing, so do the smart thing. And that's exactly what he had done there.
We should go ahead and try to fix this sound up.
Yep, I believe that's what they're trying to get fixed right here. Thankfully, we're able to jump in the game here after lots of hard work getting things back to work. So let's jump right in. And we now have a game sound. How beautiful is that, ladies and gentlemen? Looks like the score is now 14-6 in favor of Team MouseSpaz. And as Connor, I got bits and pieces what you're saying, but I was focused on getting these fine folks back into the game and us back to what we're here to do.
Totally cool, man.
Is enjoy some games.
Totally
so,
cool.
47 is the score. And SK, what do we ended at? 13-2, I think.
13-2. Yep. It was pretty strong. I was just going over the weaknesses and advantages of of both teams and what they were doing, and I'm excited to see this round here. It looks like a full gun round. Perfect round to jump into here as Noswald is being smoked off.
Down to 4 HP from that little exchange that just happened right there by Connector and B. KNC barely able to get away, and a great shot onto FNS, and it's now down to a 2v4. I'm sorry, make that a 1v4. Lost is going to be last man standing with 4 HP, and I mean, this is dangerous territory here. I understand they're up by 7, but the rounds that SK has been able to stream together has been very scary.
Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting because I was just talking about what MouseSpaz was doing CT side, as SK will secure that round win.
Yep, Scorpion onto Lawson that was. So it's 14-8 now overall. Still in favor of MouseSpaz, but SK getting a little scary here. Let's take a look and catch back up what's happening over here on the scoreboard. Man, where'd Ari go? We saw him earlier at about 150 ADR.
Yeah.
And now 16-13 and 96 ADR over here for SK. Things looking a little bit better. I remember we saw a lot bigger spread there in the ADR. So
sure.
Definitely doing their best to get back inside of this game. And Lawson's in a great position to help with this push, but I believe he was blinded, so he will now be working into the bomb site. Not much luck, as Arya is going to be playing close here at mid. And good luck with that one.
At least his opponent doesn't have any armor.
And apparently no more ammunition.
Pistol.
13 HP remaining, and there's the nade that will spell the end of the round for him.
I don't know what was happening there with Seb. He used his gold, used his USB, switched to nade. Just intimidating, man, that Glock.
It is kind of freaky when you just get pelted by a Glock 7 times in a row.
Yeah,
it's what is happening right now.
Yeah, you can't move. Yeah. I think the point with the Glock was to maybe be challenging an opera.
It's 14-9 right now in favor of Team MouseSpaz. SK slowly working their way back in this. Ladies and gentlemen, we have quite the match on our hands, and I was a little scared after that first half.
Yeah, really impressed to see SK doing exactly what they had to be doing, coming back and collecting the rounds. And they did. They were just saving their CT side. That's what they were doing. They were purposely losing on T side. That must be it.
And L's able to come straight in to take down Bog. KNC onto FNS, and Lawson coming up middle right now. I'm interested to see how this works out for him. His bomb is in hand there in mid. And this might have just been the fake of the century here.
They will be doing exactly what we said they had to. Smoking and flashing the connector,
wow,
but they're actually pushing through.
That is a very interesting call, but hey, it's working out for him. It's now a 3v2. L's just not sure what to do at this point, trying to get some info from Ocean maybe. They're both sides of connector right now, and MouseSpaz does not want to peek one way or the other without their teammates. Arya was in great position to come back around, but I believe MouseSpaz was caught too quick from behind in that connector. It's now a 1v2, ladies and gentlemen. Arya, last man standing. Bomb is down inside of the connector. And now, the only information he has right now as a player is that there are 2 remaining, and their positions about 15 seconds ago. And he only has 30 seconds to make the right call, take down both members, and or get the bomb down.
It's so hard, and he doesn't have enough HP to really work off of taking damage from a first guy and stuff, but he will be throwing smokes and flashes into the connector to try to give himself the best possible chance, but Ocean will be set up for that entry.
Yeah, I couldn't really think of a better position for him to be in, really. I mean, even if he got flanked from back hall, then his teammates there for the trade. Great play there, very patient by SK. That was kind of one of those things that those rounds that typically throws a CT-sided team into a frenzy. I mean, holy crap, they're in our connector. They just took down our connector defender. The guy in A is alone, and they rush in. Most teams don't know what to do there, but SK really handled that well. Score now 14-10, still in favor of MouseSpaz. Little by little, SK trying to find their foothold here. It looks like they may have just hit the stride that they needed to come back into this. Already a 4-on-5, so an early numbers advantage will go to Team MouseSpaz. It looks like they're able to do a little bit of damage here to SK as far as their positioning. They're able to push one back out of mid into connector, forcing a little bit of rotation to happen here. Blade coming out of connector, out of halls. And FNS onto L's. Let's see what Blade can make of this. This is all on him right now. He is the lone man by the sides.
No.
And Lawson stuck right outside of halls. Bomb is down right in front of him. He can just get this frag. This guy is invincible. Ladies and gentlemen, he has survived 2 magazines of AK-47 fire, and he will finally fall. Last man standing for both teams. I'm sorry, this is a 2v1. Arya has a, millimeter of HP right now.
He's mad, though, yep.
97 HP left for Scorpion, and this is very winnable for Scorpion. He just has to make the right plays here.
That nade could have been huge, but he threw it in a spot where the two low guys actually weren't. So unfortunate.
Oh, and Arya almost completely blowing that.
It made me cringe. That was really close.
That scared the heck out of me.
Blade Q coming out of the halls. That scared me also. That was the first scare of the round. Just couldn't get that AK off to that AWPer from SK playing in the bomb site. Luckily for him, at least that AWPer did miss the first pick on Blade, who was trying to be that point man for the team, really coming up and trying to clear the site. It was a really good take. I think that there were just a couple of shots that were missed, but timing-wise and flashing-wise and solo to recapping and peeking with a teammate-wise, I think they did an excellent job that round.
Yeah, absolutely. And once again, 15-10. This could be the final round of this map if MouseSpaz can just hold it together. But if the last few rounds have anything to do with it, SK might just bring this to a tie. You never know at this point.
Close nade, looking for the push.
Yeah, KNC still spawning middle with that off. Fairly aggressive. He's playing on top of the box there, so it's a great spot to be counterpicked, but it's not something he's played consistently throughout this map so far on CT side. Safe to do. Arya waiting for that lower rush, and Bog right behind him, trying to get a grasp on what's happening. Looks like they're going to try another split fake.
Yeah, a bit of a split fake. They might not even know which way they want to commit. The bomb being the huge factor. They can always turn that around, and if someone clears up the hallways over at the other bomb site, they can easily turn around and make the round work for them in their favor that way.
Yeah, and FNS going to be throwing some flashes in middle, so it looks like they do want to fake towards A and try to get that bomb into B. I'm going to try to... It's be nice to have picture-in-picture right now. Seb is able to take down Blade, and FNS working his way into sight. Now, he's got to make a move here, because right now you see what Ocean's doing. He knew there was a fake there. The call was made. However, he will be taken down. It's now down to a 3 versus 3. Bomb will be attempted behind the side boxes, and FNS caught off guard. It's now down to a 1v2. Arya, last man standing, 31 HP, and he will be taken down. And another round by SK. They are not giving this one up easy.
No, they're not. I felt bad. MouseSpaz kind of got confused after Ocean was so well prepared. MouseSpaz really felt that they sold that fake completely, but SK, they're winning the past couple of rounds because they realize how these fakes are being thrown, and Ocean was no fool. He was set up for the lower B take completely, getting the bomb down and being able to report that in really quickly.
The only thing that MouseSpaz could have done different there is FNS pushing past connector, even if it meant dying. That really could have sold that fake, and that's what tipped Ocean off, is that he was not pushing beyond his means. And little SK on SK action here.
Jaguar takes out Jaguar. Scorpion coming up. Scorpion killed everybody. Did he kill Ocean too?
A little hard to take a look right now. Let's see. I didn't see the on the GUI there. But these eco rounds, it's definitely a great confidence booster, especially in the situation you are 3 rounds remaining to tie it up.
Yep. MouseSpaz really wants to win this round. They don't want to make it 14-15 and then decide what's going on.
It's even harder. I mean, it is hard to be down, but it's even harder to be up and then close to tying. Like, that is so... It's such a roller coaster. It's not something you want to go through an event like this, and Seb is in great position right now. This is the first time he's played that aggressive, but Arya is able to take him down, opening up the bomb site. Going to be coming up middle, trying to get some smokes in through connector. Els and Scorpion's still going to hang out because they've sold so many fakes. Scorpion needs to stay and make sure that that is not the case. And Ocean will take down Lawson. 3-on-4. Bomb will be attempted here. Shouldn't have too much trouble. Nice and easy for him so far. They do have the numbers advantage. One pick from Els here could mean the difference in this round. Oh, what a great play coming out after Arya, but he was just ready for it. And MouseSpaz will be able to pick up the final round here on the first map, but don't be afraid. We have more Counter-Strike coming.
Absolutely. We're actually going to be headed over to Train next. That was a really good match. It was fun to watch SK's comeback. Unfortunate that they couldn't follow through.
Yeah.
And bring some sort of momentum towards those last final rounds, but it was a decent match nonetheless, and I think Train will be an interesting one also. Going from Forge to Train, and even if they make it to Light, this is a cool mix-up for these two teams.
Yeah, like Light is... I'm more excited for Train. I like to watch any team with similar play styles play Train. I really, really do. Train is so much fun because typically you used to see these really methodical teams just demolish on Train, and I don't know if you guys have been watching a lot of International Counter-Strike here in the last few months. I guess it was about 4 months ago, something like that. Of course, SK Gaming, definitely, and Na'Vi, top 2 Train teams in the world, bar none. Some incredible, incredible play from them. All of a sudden, though, we saw Tyloo, I believe it was, just start wrecking everybody on train with this crazy aggressive play style. And they had like no rhyme or reason, just kind of like Moscow 5, kind of every once in a while does this sort of thing. Yeah. And I started to realize I like aggressive train. It's a lot of fun to watch.
It's fun, yeah. And it's really hard to predict too, and it's hard to counteract.
Well, there's so many places you could be at once.
Yeah,
it's just so much fun.
I mean, it's still, I'm sure, like the top teams that even on playing train, they're finding new angles and they're learning every single game that they're playing. So especially when you come to the LAN playoffs. And teams are throwing out their super curveballs, and they're just winging out all this special stuff that they've had like under their belts. I think this is where players that even if a team loses terribly, they learn so much and they get motivated by what they learn by these curveballs and by what they're shown like really full force.
Yeah, for sure. And actually, let's see if we can throw it over to a quick commercial break while these two teams take their own break, and we'll be back with DE Train. Don't go anywhere. This is going to be an exciting matchup.